Hello, Ellie Sophia here. I wanted to chat today about the new bill. I can't remember the name of it. She says it in the video. I'm going to include that in this video. For the animal bestiality definition. 2 years ago, our Supreme Court had legalized bestiality as long as it wasn't penetrating. And I found that disgusting. I was mad. As I think a lot of the animal rights groups and any animal lover would be mad at that. And so I guess it took 2 years for the Trudeau government to define bestiality, to which they did today. Yes. So here, watch this video.
A key focus of our government's broad review of the criminal justice system is to ensure that we protect the safety of Canadians, especially our most vulnerable. Bill C-84 does just that. It also ensures that we are doing everything we can to prevent violence and cruelty towards animals. The legislation I just tabled reflects significant consultation with child and animal protection groups, as well as agricultural stakeholders. It responds to calls from Canadians that we close critical gaps in the criminal law relating to bestiality, and that we also begin to substantively address the issue of animal fighting. And on this note, I would like to thank my colleagues and all parliamentarians. C-84 has two main points. The first closes the gap in our criminal law identified by the Supreme Court of Canada in their 2016 decision R and DLW. In that decision, the court ruled that the existing definition of bestiality only covers penetrative acts. In direct response to that decision, Bill C-84 will add a definition of bestiality provisions in the criminal code to make it clear that the offense prohibits any contact for a sexual purpose between a person and an animal. Research shows a well-established link between bestiality and child sex abuse, as well as other forms of violence. By ensuring that all forms of bestiality are protected, the criminal justice system will better protect animals from cruelty and violence, as well as our most vulnerable from being exposed to terrible acts. Let me be clear, this amendment has no application to legitimate animal husbandry or veterinary practices. The second part of C-84 marks an important step in providing comprehensive protections for all animals. The legislation will amend our animal cruelty offenses to prohibit a broader range of activities associated with animal fighting, such as promoting, arranging, and profiting off animal fighting, as well as breeding, training, or transporting an animal to fight. The bill also expands provisions to prohibit the keeping of an arena for the purposes of animal fighting. The changes brought forth today will improve the ability to prosecute criminals, track animal fighting cases, and protect public safety. And again, I want to be clear that the activities included in Bill C-84 do not apply to legitimate breeding, training, or use of a dog for protection or hunting. For many Canadians, animals are an important extension of our families and of our communities. Our laws need to reflect these values and protect animals and provide protection to them that they require from such senseless acts of violence. These crimes have no place in our society. By tabling this legislation, our government is demonstrating our unequivocal commitment to protecting children and other vulnerable individuals, protecting animals from abuse and violence, and ensuring that our criminal law remains clear and current.
So that's the basics of it. See, the problem was these animal procuring sex houses were having animals lick stuff off their genitals, okay, and that is disgusting. And I didn't even want to do a video about this, but because it's such a coup, I felt it was a video warranted, worth doing. So what they had done was they had fought the Supreme Court to allow them to have animals lick stuff off their bodies. I'm not going to say what. And so the court allowed it, but had asked the government to define bestiality and what bestiality was. So today the court came out, or the government came out and announced this new bill, that will basically stop anyone from any sexual act with an animal, no matter what caliber, which is good. That's a coup. It's a coup for animals everywhere. And also about fighting them, about transporting and fighting them, and about even owning a ring or an arena that could be used as a dog or animal fight, like cockfights and stuff like that. So that's a big coup, and I'm glad they finally did define this, because, folks, this is silliness. I cannot believe the Supreme Court allowed this to happen. And I can't believe it took 2 years to make 2 lines in the criminal code about defining bestiality. So basically, it's going to put an end to all these sick people's money making off animals and their sick acts with the animals. So this is a good thing. I'm encouraging it, and this is why I decided to do this video about it. We as people are here as shepherds to watch the animals and to, not to abuse them and not to sexually abuse them. I mean, it's just sickening when you hear about the stuff people are doing with animals, let alone what they're doing with people. I mean, you got to realize, like they say, most studies have proven that people who abuse animals sexually or physically are also abusers of children, sexually and or physically. And the staircase has to be broken, and the stairs have to be removed, so they can't climb that staircase. And I think this law is a long way in doing that. Finally, it took a long time. I'm just really shocked that it took so long, but it happened at least, and now animals will be safe, hopefully. If you know of anyone who is running a sex house with animals or fight rings with animals, you might want to tell them about this new law, because now the police are weaponized, as in law-wise, and I'm sure they're preparing a lot of search warrants and stuff, because they know where these places are. I'm sure they've already had dealings with them, and I'm sure they'll be doing busts in the next few days. So that's a good thing, and I'm hoping we can take these people down and get rid of this activity. It's disgusting. It's just, like I say, I can't believe people would do that. Not to a child or an animal. It's sick. It's disgusting, and I don't know. I guess it just shows that some people shouldn't be on their own without supervision. And how do you supervise someone through their whole lifetime? Should they need that, really? I think by the time you're 16 or 18, you should have the common senses to know that kind of thing is wrong. But some people just were raised not to care, and that's the sad part about it, and that's how so many animals and children have suffered under these people. So I'm happy. I'm happy this law got passed, this bill, and I'm hoping we, like I said, take down all these creeps and get them off the street and lock them up in jail where they belong. So I want to thank my subscribers, my new subscribers, for joining me. Thank you very much. And all my viewers, you all make my channel what it is, and I'm so happy to see it grow, and I hope it keeps to grow. So have a great day, and I'll chat with you soon. Bye.